inside.
James was next.
James is a mixed race. Christina,
They don't.
we don't know.
Say, but maybe.
Maybe she was as well, so it's hard to say.
John has a great article he ran a couple of years ago on post-emancipation life in San Salvador in the Journal that is based on the O'Brien papers that tells sort of the descent of the plantation, what happened.
You know, it grows over time. So I think it probably starts in maybe the 30-some, grows up to maybe 57, 58, or 52. Didn't make it to 60. What happened? Well, we don't know, since there's no actual survey of what happened to specifically the Farquason slaves in this, you know, there's no census records that we can actually connect. However, overall, we do know that certainly the O'Brien papers show that there were freed people who continued to live on Farquasons as tenant farmers throughout the 19th century. So some people choose to stay. Right after emancipation, Coburn Town is established, specifically as a township for freed slaves if they choose to leave the plantations, and they get about half-acre house lots. And there is some significant migration then out of the plantations to Coburn Town. So there's some movement off. So some people are interestingly enough making a decision to stay as tenant farmers. Some people are making a decision to leave. Those who actually stay as tenant farmers may have been sort of smart, because James Farquason, the son, actually starts giving them land. So some of them actually become landowners, and it actually becomes family land.
But one of the reasons that we have this terra incognita is there's almost no specific historic record, so it's almost impossible to say these slaves did this, these slaves did this. They become very anonymous, which is one of the reasons we're inspired to do this work. You can't ever find an individual, but you can try to tell a collective story as best you can. So.
I just want to clear up something. I keep on hearing you refer to the Bahamas as the Caribbean. I think we are not in the Caribbean. I want to say that to you. I'd like to clear this up. I'd like to clear it up. The Carib Sea starts after the Crooked Island Passage and the Windward Passage. From that onward, you have the Caribbean.
We wrote an article that also appears in the journal called 700 Islands, 3 Analogs, that clearly states that the Bahamas is not in the Caribbean.
Yeah, you just keep on referring to it.
Except for that, as a cultural, historical area, it is considered in every historical, archaeological, geographic convention as being connected to the Caribbean. So yes, we actually wrote, it's in print 3 years ago, that actually it's much better to think of the Bahamas as related to Bermuda and other types of islands. However, all of the connectivity that we have as scholars places the Bahamas in this broader Caribbean tradition. So yes, I agree with you. Geographically, it's not. In terms of history and culture and connectivity, it is the landscape within which the Bahamas is situated. So that's why the reference is being made as such. The Caribbean means lots of things to different people in different types of analyses, and we're not geographers, so we're connecting it in the cultural and economic and social ways that bear relevance in terms of how people talk about the Bahamas. So we agree with you 100%, but we're victims of our own disciplinary connectivity.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're probably going to have one more question. We have a taxi picking us up. So
We have to go to Canoe practice with our students.
Just clarify one thing for me. Archaeology of childhood, something I didn't quite get that. Explain that to me.
That's my other area of research.
What is that? I'll explain.
Prior to when I did my work, it's actually the thing that I'm known for. So if you Google Jane Eva Baxter, you're going to get childhood in archaeology. Archaeologists, up until the time that I started doing my work, sort of in the late 1990s, only interpreted the archaeological record with adults being present. And if you look at all records for all societies, historical, ethnographic, all population counts, children never make up less than 33%, about a third of societies of any group. Yet archaeologists only interpret the past with adults. And so I sort of made the argument, how do we find this other 33%? Because any of us who live around children know they mess stuff up all the time. It's not an adult world. We buy things for them, they use things, they move things around. around. They're part of the archaeology that we see. I just had an article come out on the children at Plantation, although it's in Spanish. I can't even read it. It was translated for me in this Spanish journal that just came out. But it's actually about the role of children at Plantation. So it's sort of, I can give you the original. Exactly, I certainly can. I know, I'm the
You wrote it in English?
Yes, and then the woman who edited it, and then I had a student who was bilingual look at the two and query it for me. My Spanish is good, I can order tacos and find bathrooms, but I can't. That's about it. Sure.
Oh, okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, we need to get
We
going.
unfortunately have got to go, so we have got to take our students off.
But thank you so much for all of these wonderful
Good, and we
comments.
can run, this is talk and run.
Yeah.